Hey everyone, we're back. It's Bag of Hammers Gaming. We're doing a special video tonight. We're going to be doing some potato harvesting. We're going to be working with Mark Dupont on this. So I'm going to take all the tops off the potatoes here right now. I'm going to try and work from in cab as much as possible, which I don't usually do, but here we go. Mark's got basically an island here on Staphenbach map. And one side of the island he had potatoes planted, and on the other side he had wheat. So we've harvested the wheat completely, and now we're getting ready to do his potatoes. Be hearing from him through our CB radio in the tractor when he wants to talk to us, so I get to hear what we have to say throughout. This is going to be a large crop of potatoes. We'll see what it is. I'm running the New Holland 6160 that I bought yesterday. The New Hollands were all on sale at 20% off, so I went out and bought some equipment from them. It seemed like a good time to do it. With harvest coming up, all their combines were on sale, so I thought that was well worth doing. But I also purchased this tractor because with the sawmill I was going to need a third tractor, and I wanted something that had just enough horsepower to run my large baler. And this one here now has 160 horsepower. Instead of using my 250 horsepower tractor to do the bales, now I can use this tractor instead, and it's much more fuel efficient. There's a saying on the video that I've...
Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. David's Gaming, Delta. Yeah, get back to work, man. You can't fake this stuff. Hey, Craig. Hey, Moose. I know. Poor Gord. What an inspiration. We lost a great one there a couple of weeks ago. As a theme, I'm going to start my streams with a little bit of Canadian music for you guys, just to remember where it comes from. Anyway, it's harvest season here, and look at the beautiful trees. This map, like any other season's map, comes alive this time of year. So, I think, are you guys hearing me on stream or anything? Is there the music too loud, the sounds, you can hear everything properly? Just, I don't have anything on to double check it. Here. So what have we got here? So I got a bag of hammers over here. Let's double check here.
Yeah, I'm over here, Mark.
Ah, you are. Cool.
I'm cleaning out the tops on this little nook over here.
Beautiful. Thank you, Craig. I just wanted to double check. I wasn't totally screwing myself. So, what is it? R? Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, this is our field of potatoes. We are harvesting potatoes today. Ellen and I have been on here for a while. We've got all of our wheat fields all sorted. We got way more bales than we thought we were going to get. I mean, getting a little crazy, I think. How many bales did you get off your field, Alan?
I got about 35 off my one field, and the counter said 149 on your fields.
Wow. Okay. So we've got too many bales. It's
Oh,
early,
yeah.
so we're going to have to be careful about that. So let's unfold this puppy and see what that does. So, small glitch in the production. I was hoping to use this guy over here to harvest my potatoes today. I've used this before, and it's a lot of fun. It ground tips the potatoes, and you can pick them up, and it's a lot of fun. Hey, Icelandic, how you doing, brother? So, but that's not going to happen because we can't figure out what's wrong with the ground tip collision. So I'm pulling it. I hit the Control I, and yeah, it's. Oh, that was you, Farmer Craig. Yeah, I accepted your invitation yesterday. So let's see. I haven't used one of these in a while, so that's the lift there, and there's a pipe out, I would imagine. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's put the pipe in. Okay.
Just remember, you're going to have to make all right turns with that one.
Yeah, I know. Eh? That's always the problem with this one. That's why I'm having you do the topper first, is because it doesn't really behave well with the collector. So let me see if I can find a good place to start. Oh, the other thing we got to check is crop destruction. Hang on. Up. And back up. And yep, we're good. Okay. All right. First gear. Let's see here. So I might have to turn my glance back on because I'm not sure about this machine here. How it reacts to, let's see. No, it's Alt. Alt. Nope. And nope. One. Yeah, okay. We're going to use that tonight because this has been a long time since I've used this machine. So let's see if we can pick up any cues. Oh, nicely done, Moose. If you, yeah, you should totally take pictures of it and stuff because I'm so into the Kubota tractors. I find them amazing, but I don't know much about them at all, so. All right, let's see here. All right, so let's turn on four-wheel drive. See what that does for us. Drop it down. All right, let's give it a go. I'm getting potatoes. Okay. So I'm wondering if. Okay. Oh no, that's awesome. I love the small tractors. I mean, what size of Kubota are you looking at, Mr. Moose? Because they got a whole bunch of new stuff out now. That they're approaching a lot of material that's mid-size tractors. So I'm super curious to see what you think of it, because Kubota's always been the small tractor company. And when I was on their website recently, I noticed some fairly good-sized stuff. So I'm kind of hoping they come to the game.
The Kubota dealer in my neighborhood has just teamed up with JCB, so they're actually selling JCB out of their yard as well, which will give them some larger tractors.
Yeah. No, I know it's all over the place up here in Ontario too. It's in Canada. You don't see very much of it in Farm Sim, and the one mod that I saw of it is not is not really good. I mean, I wasn't a fan of what they did with it, but it was. It's interesting that people are getting more and more interested in the smaller equipment, and hopefully, I mean, with companies like Stara coming online with the DLC, companies like Kubota can't be far behind, you know. So, yeah, there you go. So that's 111 horsepower. That's like a medium-sized yard tractor, I guess, for what you've got there, right? So that's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a Kubota dealer down near where my friend's got her farm, and I sometimes go and walk around his yard on weekends when I go down there, just lurk around and see what they got. They're beautiful, beautiful machines. And of course, for my scale of farming and my style of farming, having Kubota in the game would be brilliant. Exactly the kind of stuff that I'm into. I mean, I got super excited at the advent of the new DLC because that little Massey Ferguson is gorgeous.
That is a good running little tractor.
I know, and the sight lines on it are amazing.
Yeah.
So, for yard work, and I was playing around with it with a front loader and stuff like that. I mean, you know, sugarcane harvesting is not my bag, but anytime you bring a new little tractor like that into the game, oh yeah, you got my attention.
Tractor tractors too aren't very big. I think the biggest one's only like 130 horse.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think the bigger Stara goes up to almost 150.
Okay.
And it's 195 horsepower to the PDO for grass work we do. What kind of work are you doing for grass work? Is it actual for dairy operation, Moose? We were talking about dairy operations today with our friend Cresto, who's on the server. He's in Belgium, and he was talking about how in Europe, like the idea of a non-self-unloading baler is ridiculous. That they use big equipment and contractors for all that work. And I know that here in Canada, that I'm wondering if it's still like that. But around where I know farmers, they make their own bales, and they're not self-unloaders, and they're not big giant crone machines. That's for sure. Machine is a little bit unwieldy. Feel like I'm jacking. Beef cattle. Ah, there you go. Yeah, she was renting out her land to a beef cattle guy in eastern Ontario, and he came in and he would take care of the cows, and she would just basically they would be around. So I was, oh wow, okay. Horse hay for sale. Okay, so you're selling out product also.
So if you guys
Cool.
want to see this,
I feel like I'm going to be at this for a while, Adam. I'm only 50% full on the potato thing, so.
are you going to just drop them on the side of the field and then use conveyors to pick them up, or?
I think so, because by the time we're done with topping all of these and everything, it'll be. We got to get this done today. Tomorrow we've got to do your cornfield, and I don't think we have much of a choice. If we could put them by the side of the field, I can pick them up whenever I feel like.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
If there's a job we can put off at this stage, I think we have to, because we've just got too much to do in the farms. Our cattle operation, by the way, folks, is going amazing. Well, our dairy operation, we sold almost 50,000 in milk in the period of a day and a half. So that $450,000 investment in the dairy operation was a good choice.
Got another 25,000 worth of milk sitting in the tank right now.
There you go. We're going to be able to get that in with the Zeal Pack stuff, eh?
Yep.
You know what, Moose? I recommend that you join Delta Bravo's Discord. I don't have a Discord of my own, and I don't know, Alan, do you have a Discord?
I do have a Discord.
Yeah.
but I don't know the numbers or anything for it. You
Yeah.
could join me through Deltas. I'm in there, and you just click on and ask to join, and I'm there.
Yeah, I'm not. My Discord is just a collection of pictures that I use to. I use Discord to share pictures on other Discords and in TeamSpeak and stuff like that. So before I make it public, I would have to clean it up a lot.
I use mostly Delta's Discord as well for most things I'm doing.
Yeah, I think at this stage we all use Delta Bravo for our communication. So
He's good enough to let us.
yep. Hey, we're on his server, his Discord. You ever feel like a
His
moose sometimes?
TeamSpeak as well.
His TeamSpeak, yeah. There are some things that are not worth duplicating. Yeah, absolutely, Moose. We'll definitely get you in there. I think Delta, if you go to any of Delta's videos, he's got a Discord link in there, and it gives you an automatic invitation as soon as you go in. So
Then all you have to do is ask to join the server tryouts, and we'll let you in.
Yep.
Download the mods and the maps, and away you go.
Starting tomorrow, Delta is starting a second server, which he's been threatening to go full open and public for a couple of weeks with. So you might get a chance to come and play with us on that server. This one is still a little experimental, and though it's really successful, we're sort of saving it for the guys who are already known quantities in terms of play, and bringing them in one at a time. Yeah, it is awesome. It's amazing how playing this way, playing with your own farm, is it completely changes the way that you look at the game. You know, it was a little hard at first to get that, to sort of get that in your own mind about how you want to cooperate and work together. But, you know, Alan and I have a business together. If you look up at my glance up there, you'll see that Farmer John and, whoops, I mean it's full? Yeah, it means it's full. Okay. So I'm just going to put this over in this little draft verge over here. Hey Kyle, welcome to the stream, buddy. There you go. Let's just keep an eye on it. Make sure we don't make too big a pile. So how much was that? I didn't even check to see how much this thing holds.
I think it's around 16,000.
Is that all it is? Okay.
Yeah, 12 to 16. I'm not sure.
Okay. Hey Farmer Hoops, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. So I've got Alan over there working in the field. He's just mowing down all the taters there. But we're collecting all this stuff up. We've got to use the taters. We're going to experiment. This particular farm has some sort of a pig rearing kind of thing on it. So I'm definitely going to be trying that. But we have no idea how much those pigs will consume, how much they will need to thrive. So it's pretty experimental. Actually, yes, Moose, Alan just bought the lumber mill. He just bought the lumber mill in the pallet factory, so he started in on that production. We've got 2 more days here on... hang on a second, let me just concentrate for a little bit. See if this works. Whoops. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm in the tree. Turn that off. Didn't see that tree. Okay.
That big bright orange thing down there?
I know, yeah, but you should see the size of this machine in my rear view. It's and I think it's got, oh, that's why it is. It's got steerable wheels on it.
Yeah.
It's got a steerable axle, so it took a swing into the tree. I thought I was clear, but I wasn't. All right, let's give it a shot.
All right, Mark, I think I got most of this.
All right. So I'm going to be doing this for a little while. Do you want to finish gathering up all the bales and get those all sorted?
Sure, I can do that.
Yeah. So what else do we have to do today? I mean, we've looked after the cows and we've got the.
I've got to cut a little bit of grass for the cows yet, but that's
Okay.
about it. That'll only take me 10 minutes.
Okay. Perfect.
I've been seeding my fields that are fallow now in grass so that they're ready to go.
Right.
I've
And then
got
what's the next
3
step?
left to do, I
Harvesting in
guess.
the spring.
Yeah.
Perfect. And up she comes. This machine is not easy to maneuver, especially in tight spaces. Not very intuitive in terms of its steering. Drop down the harvester. So you were mentioning earlier that your logging operation, you're not chewing up a lot of trees with your pallet fabrication.
No, I'm definitely not. I put 2 to 3 trees in the in to start with. That gave me 50,000 liters of trees, and so far it's used maybe 20,000 liters.
Hmm. Okay. Well, we got to start thinking about winter work here. So I'm just wondering if logging is something we can kill some time with over the winter.
Well,
The other
I'm
thing I was wondering is I was wondering if we should invest in some greenhouses to clear off some of our manure production too.
That's an
So
option too.
I might go off and buy myself a couple of greenhouses because right now our cows are producing a ton of manure, and though we can use some of it on the fields, I guess we'll see. Tomorrow we need to spread what we have for manure on the fields, and then we need to get rid of our slurry too, and cultivate everything for the winter. So we'll see how we do in terms of production after that.
Yeah. Hey, you're making fairly quick work of this.
It's not bad, is it? But I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not overly thrilled with the yields. It's at 16,000. I don't know. I'm looking across the field and I'm thinking maybe I'll pull 100,000, maybe 150,000 of this field. It's not horrible, but
No, no.
once we feed 2 pig barns and a cattle barn, I don't know how we're going to make out. Plus, I need to come up with seed stock for next year.
Right, I'm heading back up to the barn with the windrower here. So for your viewers, if they're interested, I am posting a video of this uh, after we get done recording. I can't stream like Mark does, so
Yeah.
if you go looking for Bag of Hammers Gaming, within the next few hours, the video of Mark doing this and what I'm doing, my version of it, will be posted.
That's it. If you go look down, I think actually tonight I was actually sort of considerate enough to put you in the description. I think the link to Bag of Hammers Gaming is directly below the video. Go and give him a sub. Go and give him some love. He's just getting started, but he's doing the 24-hour the 24-day challenge and spending some time with us on servers. So
I've been
bear with
spending a
him.
lot of time on server, and I haven't actually been working on the 24-day challenge
No.
like I should be, but I will get back to it eventually.
Which map were you doing for the 24-day challenge?
I was doing Giants Island 2009. I kind of have a thing for these old maps because I played them when they first
Okay.
came out, and to
Right.
see how it's changed over the years always amazes me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm new to the game from 2015, but I certainly took a drive around some of the older maps from some of the older games. It's pretty interesting. Moose says wood chips sell really good at biomass. Do we have a biomass heating plant on this map?
Didn't see it. I haven't really looked, to be honest.
Hmm.
I even
I'm
half
just looking.
promising I'd sell them to Cresto for his compost.
Ah, okay. That's true. Our friend Cresto bought up the compost installation on this map. So he's going to be getting a lot of our straw. He's going to be buying our straw, and he's going to be buying wood chips, I guess, and probably whatever surplus of manure we have. So that'll be a good way to make some extra money from garbage, basically. Yeah. So this side of the map is a bit of a challenge. Getting this harvester all straightened out. Wondering if I should do a headlands and clean it up a little bit, or just clean it up afterwards. So you're saying this harvester takes 92.76, Craig? Okay. So if that's 9,000 per load, that means, yeah, it's not going to be a whole lot. Not going to be a whole lot of potatoes. But I think next year I'm going to make the potato field across the way potatoes also, and see if we can expand the production. The problem is that we're playing with a 3-day season, so like it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Well, actually, it was supposed to rain tomorrow, but now the forecast has changed. So we're in pretty good shape for that now. There it is. Okay.
So I'm just putting the conveyors away. I fed the cattle total mixed ration from our stockpile here.
Yeah. I guess at some point we'll have to bring those conveyors down here, but I think we should. I think we should deal with your corn first.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think that's going to be our next priority, is to get that out of the field before winter comes. We're not going to get a whole lot of second chances on that.
Yeah, that's basically tomorrow's project is going to be getting that done
That's
for
it.
sure.
Yeah. Nicely done. Okay.
Might
That'll
have
look
to mix some
awesome.
more ration soon.
Are you kidding me?
I think we used quite a bit over half the pile there when I fed them that time.
Whoa. Okay. So maybe we should do that first day of winter too, is to process a bunch of bales into some ration for the pets.
Yeah, they're taking 66,000 or 67,000 in power food right now,
Okay.
and 135,000 of hay and silage.
Wow.
Plus, I'm gonna have to get some grass in there to get that up and running.
Hmm. All right, off we go again. Pipe it in. All right. Well, this is not too bad actually. I am making pretty good headway on this field, so
Oh, that's good.
not ridiculously slow. Is that working? Yeah, there it goes. So one of the problems is that with the standard transmission, when the PTO gets up into speed, it also drives the tractor. So it's like having a cruise control on it. Sometimes when you're maneuvering, it's a bit fast. Okay, let's give that a shot. But can I see that in my... No, not really.
So I'm just
Trying
picking
to
up
get a
some of
sense
these
for
straw
where this
bales.
pickup is.
There was
Still working to keep
159
it
of
off
these
to one
things
side now.
on this field, or 149, and I have another field as well that needs to be picked up. So,
This is one of the
uh,
things about when you're using these trailed harvesters with the sugar beet, it works out pretty good because the topper and the harvester are roughly about the same size. But when you're doing potatoes, it's just not worth trying to do them both at the same time. It just
we're gonna
turns
pick
into an
up all
absolute
that
mess.
and haul it somewheres and place it. I'm going to take this load
I
up
gotta figure
and
out
leave it
what's
for the
wrong with the
cattle.
other harvester, because this thing is $112,000 to own, and if I could do it with the other one, it would only be $12,000 to own. It's a whole other kind of operation if you're doing it that way. Yeah.
More bales, and we'll have it.
With 3.
Unfortunately, I can't
Yeah, that
see
works.
how the bales are
Trying
filling
to
up
guess
here
how
on
long
this.
the rows are right now, because I can't really see the pickup very well. Sort of see it over here. Yeah. I could cheat and pop into third person, but sort of trying to get a sense of it in first person. I found that with most of these machines, you just have to sort of experiment with them, and eventually you get a real sense for where all the equipment is. You get sort of a spatial awareness, even with a flat universe, a non-3D VR gaming experience.
I got a load on. I'm going to take them up and leave them at the cow farm there.
Okay.
In our placeable area for now, I guess, and we'll clean that out later once we're ready to.
Yeah, we're about to get kicked out of our storage area by Cresto, who needs to place a biogas plant. So, I don't know. Is it worth us? Do you want to try to put them in the wood barn at the bottom of the hill? Is there too much equipment in there to use that space?
I've been putting most of the equipment in there. I think actually what I can do is put all of our smaller equipment in there, and then leave a bunch of the stuff. Or we can put, some straw bales and some hay bales up in that other building. And our silage bales we can just throw anywhere. So they're not a big deal. They don't deteriorate like the other ones.
That's it.
But I'm kind of trying to spread the bales out around the map so we don't get big leg spikes from 500 or 600 bales in one spot.
That's it. Well, do you know what our total number of bales is right now in terms of our farm? I mean, I guess at some point you'll be able to see it in the placeable area, right?
Right now, most of our bales are in that placeable area. But I think there's around 100 bales in that placeable area right now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to put this load
How are you
in.
doing for lag in that area?
Not bad. I haven't really been driving through there a whole lot, so.
Okay. Well, we'll just keep that in mind so we don't, screw people over with it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind, is just keep things separated a bit so nobody gets screwed. And I can put some down in the pallet workshop there. There's a covered building there that I can put some stuff in.
Oh, okay, perfect. So right now we've got, do you figure we have enough, because we've got a whole silage pit too for the cows, right?
About 30 bales of silage there, and I made those mostly for the other guys there for their pig farm.
Okay. They've got a pig farm?
Or the cattle farm, sorry.
Oh, okay. I guess at some point I'll have to start this map up in single player and see if I can figure out what all the animals need and what the reproduction rates are on the custom animals. Because right now it's really just a guessing game.
Yeah.
And drop it down, and off we go again. So that wasn't too bad. I think I guessed at the width pretty good on the last one, because I think there are parts of it that I'm missing part of a row, but if I keep my front wheel sort of between the third and the fourth row, I think I can get them all.
Sounds good.
I think I get a pretty good swath out of it. We'll see on this pass here if I'm right or wrong. And then I guess I'll have to drive around in circles for a while. Oh, there it goes. Full again. Good. And off we go. Yeah, Moose, that's generally what farming is just you take your best guess at it and see what comes out and try to learn from the mistakes. I was trying to explain that to people today who were getting really upset and frustrated with the whole seasons play thing. That, you know, they planted, the Cresto planted, I think it was soybean or canola in the middle of summer. And it's like, well, that's not going to work out for you, but now you know. So I kind of remember back when I first started with seasons, way back when, you know, I lost entire canola fields and soy crops. And I mean, I don't know if you know fields 13 and 14 on Sandy Bay, but I had those planted in soy, and my harvest got rained out, and I lost entire crops. So I didn't realize how long the moisture stuck around for. It's since been a little bit less aggressive. I think they've been modifying the mod and gives you a bit more of a chance to recover. But early on, it was angry. And I planted soybeans too early in old streams in the Black Sheep modding map, and yeah, they died too. First day of summer came around and everything was dead. But there's a lot of failure. Hey, how you doing, Farmer Klein? It's harvest season. We have stuff to show off. I'm sure at some point we will, things will slow down a little bit for winter. Are you streaming tonight, Farmer Klein? Steer this down a little bit. There you go, that's better. Ten kilometers an hour, not bad. And usually Farmer Klein, no, taking a week off and say, oh, okay, cool. Well, there you go. Looks like I picked the perfect week to start streaming. Nobody else is doing it. Delta's taking a week to do other things. Farmer Klein's taking a week off to play the South American map, I would imagine.
I tried that Paraguay geo, and I lost a full crop of wheat. I planted it in the spring when I normally supposed to plant it, and it withered because I'm supposed to plant it in the fall.
You seem to have forgotten about a small detail called the equator.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't look first, and then so I learned the lesson the hard way, and that was just this week.
Yep. That's the beauty of seasons. Failure is an option. The Moose is saying that it happened to them in real life. They planted a field of oats and grass for silage, and they lost it. Whoa, wait a minute. Hooked up in a tree here. Here. Turn that off. I will have to remember that rear steering axle. I should probably bring the pipe in, too. There you go. What are we doing now? Are we okay now? Are you going to be fine now? Nope, still not. And I'm caught in a tree. Brilliant. Backing up, backing up, backing up. Let's give it a bit more room. Go back and forward. Try not to hit the pole. Okay. There we go. Okay, good. Off to the races. Yeah. I'm hoping now, Moose, that with the you're seeing things in seasons like the moisture content and stuff like that. So I'm kind of hoping that dry summers will require irrigation. But I'm not sure how. I remember in Farm Sim 15 we had all those irrigation mods and stuff like that. I'm kind of hoping that comes back to 17. Of course, by the time it shows up in 17, we'll be playing 19. Well, that's just the way it is. But yeah, we had a bit of a drought here in Ontario a couple of years ago, and they had to the cattle farmers around us had to make a hard choice about how many head of cattle they were going to keep. And unfortunately, the more they kill off cattle, the price of them just took a nosedive. So they kind of took a bath that year.
All the farmers took a bath, but the grocery stores kept their prices nice and high.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, Galen Weston doesn't. The payments on his Audi aren't changing, so he's got to keep the price the same. It's always a crapshoot every year. I do a lot of watching of the guys on how farms work. And a couple of weeks ago, he did the math on what his corn yields were and what his soybean yields were and what his costs were and how much he got paid.
On here.
And it was just ridiculous. Like, you know, he figures he's got $50,000 in debt for seed and equipment and everything else. And I think at the end of it, if everything went well, he was going to make like $750 or something like that. Just crazy.
Sorry about that, folks. My son wanted to say goodnight, so I had to mute my mic there for a second. But I'm back.
Actually, I was kind of dreading having to do this field with this harvester, but all of a sudden I'm okay with it. It's not a machine that I've had a lot of experience with in first person, but it's not bad. If you stay 3 rows over, you get them all. So you can see the difference in my learning. You can see my learning curve over there. There's a lot of missed bits over there. And then as I get further and further into the field, my workmanship improves. It's the thing about playing in first person that is hard to explain to people, that you do the job the first time, and every time you do a new job, you become a little bit more aware of little visual cues and sound cues and stuff like that within the game. And this is sort of the thing that amazes me, is that the game designers actually put it in there.
So I'm trying to make this play this first person myself,
by design.
Which is
and they've created
new for me.
Game that allows you to simulate things, but you sort of have to.
Fortunately, I'm not as good as Mark. I don't have
the Russian thing.
A headspace or
sitting over there in
eye
the
tracker.
silo, we were having an issue with it. It, you know how you need to put it into tip anywhere? It was sort of not tipping anywhere. It wouldn't accept the control I function. So we were trying and trying and trying to make it work, and in the end, I ended up with this PC, which is, you know, a little bit more expensive than what potatoes should be. And now I own it too, so that's the second blow. But yeah. And control I here. Let me show you. Yeah, this is the thingy here that I wanted to use to harvest potatoes. Because basically I was hoping to harvest them and then make piles of them and then load them up into the truck. But this thing here, you lower it, you turn it on, and then you drag it behind you. And I used it on Cobra a couple of months ago, I guess, Cobra Park Farm, and it worked great there. But yeah, I know you need to do force unload, but that was our problem, is that no matter how much you hit the control I on it, it wouldn't do it. It would just toggle back and forth into start and stop. So I'm just wondering if there's a multiplayer thing, or if it's a version 1.5 thing. I don't know. So, like I said, my experience with those machines have been pretty good. Simulate! How you doing, Simulate? Thank you for coming by. Let's see here. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, unfolding this thing. Did I unfold? Did I fold it? Hang on a second. Unfold it. All right, and pipe in. Brakes. All right, we're off again.
I'm gonna unload a couple loads down at the pallet factory there.
Right.
See what we can do down there, just to try and keep everything spread out.
Yep. Go for it. So have you gotten? Oh no, I can still see some on the field.
Yeah, I think there's
Red
about
kid,
another
how's it
load
going?
there.
That's right, boys and girls. Mark is streaming. Can you believe it? That's all right, Landy. You don't watch Farm Sim content, dude. You've said that time and time again. You don't watch the stuff. You didn't miss much.
Guys, this
Nothing
is
crazy
the
going on here.
contractor's yard. They have a whole bunch of really big equipment,
Let's see here. Where did I
which
drop
most of
off
us
on
can't
this
use
thing?
with their own gear,
And speed her up.
but they rent out machines and they rent out tractors and they rent out everything.
I did get, well, I got,
And they're also
I
doing
actually got
large
Uwe,
silage
who's
harvests
in
to
the
sell
voiceover
for
business, and
to run a BGA.
she was upgrading her mic, so I grabbed hers. So, yes, it works pretty darn good. And I look all professional now because I feel like Rainbow Dave, you know, with the microphone in front of my face. Do I get it?
Some of us
No,
still have to use headsets, you know.
I know. I was doing pretty good with it for a while. You know what? I was okay with the headset. I was okay with the headset for a while, and then it basically, when I started playing with other people, especially guys like Ian Robson and well, I did a thing with Landy, and then I did a thing with Eustace Farmer, and they used proper microphones.
Yeah.
And when you put them side by side, I mean, it sounded like I was the one who was coming on TeamSpeak, and they were the ones who were live, you know? So
Yeah.
it's not until you get the side by side. Oh, are you shooting poop tonight, Landy? Good. See, let me get caught up here. Yeah, Landy, I've got my stream on 0 latency, on absolutely no latency between the chats, because I'm only streaming at 720. I don't feel like it needs a whole lot of processing. Plus, I mean, you know, here in Toronto, I can see the Google offices out my front window. So it's not like the encoding area is far away. I think it is a condenser mic. It's still a USB mic, Farmer Klein, but it's I don't know. It's not exactly something fancy. I think it's $100 mic. It's called Editor's Choice or something like that. But it's a pretty good quality. You can set it to high pass to cut out some of the background noise. Here on the boat, I've got heaters going on, and I've got fans going on, and, you know, you can sort of hear me clicking away at the computer and stuff like that. But I feel if I use loud enough equipment, you won't hear that. And trust me, this tractor is loud. I'm going to go semi-deaf farming with the Valtra. Oh, by the way, guys, I've been paying attention. You guys are playing with more realistic. That is super cool. If your experience is anything like mine, it's a game changer. It just brings you right back into the game. You have to think about things about like how fast you're taking corners and stuff like that. I don't know what you guys have found, but I found the bale work with MR to be pretty awesome. Do a little cleanup pass on this. What do we got here? Okay. I was bragging about how good I was getting about this with this harvester, and now I've just missed an entire row. Alright, that's enough of that.
I just got a little squirrely there. That's okay. Go back to low gear and keep it slow. These are fairly tight little roads.
Alright. Now, the hydro poles are going to start to come into play. I'm going to harvest. How do I do this? Let's go down this side of them first. Oh, yeah. I'm on the,
You can see
Farm
Mark over
Team,
here.
Facebook page,
And
and they were talking about it on there, about the fact that the new map is going in for testing. You have no idea how excited I am about that. I think my most played map in Farm Sim is Old Streams.
flag here.
I've played that thing 4 different ways, and I really enjoy his
I've
stuff.
got TeamSpeak open and a few other things. Lag that I always get lagged when I play multiplayer, anyways.
I know. Have you guys, Landy? You should check out a guy named the Sim Station. He does. Hey, even Rainbow Dave is watching. If you should, simulate. You need to talk, dude. If you've seriously gone off Nando's, there's an element of risk then that at some point I will get too much Nando's and I'll go off it too. And we're going to have an intervention. Oh. Was it Nando's or KFC that got you, Simulate? Or was it Rainbow Dave? Was it you who got the stuff? Okay. You know what, guys? The TeamSpeak has turned into one of those things where I get so busy and I keep trying to get back over to it, and then I don't. So at some point, I'm just going to have to shut the hell up and just get the hell back on TeamSpeak with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, I got all the bales off your field there, Mark.
Perfect. Thank you, buddy.
There's still the pile you left on the side. I'll move that after.
Yeah.
I want to get the ones off my field there.
Am I on? And come on. What happened there?
Take it across the walking bridge here.
Sorry, I just got distracted and now I'm full. There was a Nando's crisis. Yeah. Well, that's how it is, right, Landy? You hang out with the cool kids for a while and then you start making other friends. I'm actually a new vegetarian. What? Okay. Yeah. Now I really need to talk. Are you seriously going vegetarian, Simulate? Because that would be a little bit funny. That's true. That's the problem. That's the biggest thing with vegetarians, is they don't actually start eating vegetables. They just start eating simulated meat. And I guess with your name being Simulate, you're going to feel right at home there, but I don't recommend the simulated meat.
Oh.
You don't see meat eaters going around and making meat stacked carrots. We don't crave carrots out of our meat. It's that age. Yeah, it's crazy. And Dave, I am especially shocked at your foray into more realistic. You're going to have to slow down and everything. I mean, you're going to tip over at every single corner. Oh, yeah, I was starting to say, check out a guy named The Sim Station. He's got a great video about how to convert trailers. And there's another guy named Kerbo who did a video for me. He converted my Valmet 602 to MR, and he did a video about it. And it's really interesting what it takes to convert things. And I know the biggest limitation to using more realistic is always the mods that are available, and you can't use the mods that you like. But it doesn't take much before you figure out that you can actually convert your own mods fairly easily just by stealing the stuff from the in-game stuff. Oh, that's right. You guys have been playing it for a while, so you're familiar with the mod from 13. But I remember when it first came out, you guys weren't too hot on it. I guess it was because of the fact that you just couldn't get that many different mods on it. Oh, is it? Yeah, I managed to get the server up on using Gearbox for now, but definitely MR is in the cards. I was talking to Kerbo yesterday about what it takes to put the MR on a server, and it'll be interesting when we get to that level, because the MR mod, especially when you're driving with bales and stuff like that, can get a little touchy. When you got a full load of grain, even, it's a little touchy.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
Yeah. You know, I was super intimidated by it. I watched a lot of Disco, David Oldfield, and a bunch of other people use it. And Disco, I mean, I love him. I think he's got an amazing channel. But I find that sometimes as a teacher, he's a bit too advanced. He goes a little too fast through the XML file, because for him it's second nature. But when I saw what SimStation did for his tutorial, and then what Kerbo did for his tutorial, all of a sudden it's completely accessible. So I converted my own case harvester, the 1660. I did that one myself, and I'm working on a version of the Zeal Pack using the physics from the in-game Lizard single axle truck. So I'm converting that one to MR now, and whoa, and that was a pole. Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. You're looking over one shoulder, and the other shoulder is about to kill you. See if I can fold that up. All right.
Folks, this is the woods that I own. So this is where we'll be harvesting lumber this winter.
And we're good.
There's some really nice trees in here. They're all full growth. There's a few dead trees that we're going to have to mark and get out.
Clue how it's going to work out. I think I should start
The road's nice and rough.
Swipes at the edge here.
You know, very realistic, very enjoyable to play on. And it comes right out
50% up there.
onto all my grass fields, which are up above the cattle farm. So I'm going to actually run right down here.
So Simulate, I'd love to see you, you know how you went back and you did that Polish thing for a little bit? I would love to see you do the Polish thing with MR and gearbox and everything else. Because those old tractors have some amazing transmissions in them. It's kind of cool.
Those old transmissions were built to last. That's the big difference.
Yeah, BT, just plug yourself into Delta Bravo's Discord. We've got a couple of other guys on there modding with us, and we're sort of learning as we go. So if you want to contribute, absolutely. We welcome people. If you know anything about scripts, you could be our local hero. Because right now, this economy thing that we're trying to run right now, it's going to need some scripting. Anybody out there have experience with the external account? The external account mod. And how does it play with, whoops, hang on a second. Got to get my headphones plugged in again. There you go. How does it play with multiplayer? Oh, he's not going to be able to put a link in here, Brandon. So, BT, if you join Delta Bravo's Discord, throw up a link in there, buddy. Delta Bravo is in my description down below, and he's a guy that I play a lot of multiplayer with. This is actually his server, his team speak. It's his everything. I mean, we just hang out with Delta because he gives us free stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
It is
And
nice.
I think he's doing a giveaway tomorrow to
Is he doing a
for
giveaway
his
tomorrow?
500 subscribers.
Oh, is he? Well, there you
He
go.
mentioned it this morning on his
Okay, cool.
stream.
Yes, is it the, let me see. It's the 8550. Let's see here. Hang on a second. The handbrake on. Unload those. Let's see what it is. This machine is the. It's the 8580. Sorry, the 8980. It's the version. There's a version of this that gives you the 250 horsepower, goes 50 kilometers an hour. The gearbox in it simulate is absolutely brilliant. It's got there. Let me show you. Hang on. Let me just turn this back on. So the gearbox on this thing, not only do you have your high, but you have a low and a medium. And I mean, the low is crazy. I mean, like, you have 0.3 of a kilometer in low. It's absolutely insane. And then you get a medium, and then you get a high. You got 4 speeds in high, and you get a CVT once you're in fourth gear. All through all the gears, you get your CVT. So to find an appropriate speed for any tool is dead easy. You basically just pick your primary gear, pick your secondary gear, and then just toggle through until you get the CVT in the right thing. It's really, really amazing. It's an amazing transmission. And it's really quite interesting when I started playing with Gearbox, going through all these machines to basically, okay, let's go into first gear, to figure out that they actually model the transmissions that are actually realistically in the game or in the tractor. I found that really, really, really cool. One of the most fun tractors in game to drive for me right now is the Case IH. I fell back in love with the Case IH. It's a high-low gear with 5 on the floor. It's just incredible, an incredible machine to drive with the gearbox. Yeah, but I'm going to drop by in TeamSpeak. Maybe after the show, I'll come and talk to you guys. I've been distracted, but it's pretty amazing. Gearbox is also one of those things. I mean, I don't have a shifter. I know you have a shifter because I've seen you do the ETS thing. So that would bring it up to the next level. But it's
Pretty amazing playing with a shifter on that, to be
oh
honest.
yeah. I just did sequential gears on my joystick, and it's really, I mean, the whole game has just changed for me. I mean, like, look, here I am. I'm harvesting potatoes. I'm running the PTO. Like, the engine is running at the speed that is necessary for the potato harvester to run. So because the potato harvester automatically kicks up your PTO, everything's running at 1700 RPM. So I can set it for, second speed. My highest speed in second gear, first CVT is 13.3, but I'm going 10 kilometers an hour because that's the limitation of the harvester. And it's like having cruise control. Like, if you look at the bottom of the screen, I haven't hit the cruise control. It's just sitting there, and it's just doing its job. It's really amazing what you can find as sort of shortcuts to working with it. And the moment
Guys,
you stop
I'm
the harvester, that PTO gear is going to slow down, and I'll have to use the foot pedal again. But things like, when you if I hit this post right here in front of me, and I'm not going to, but it'll stall out your tractor. You've got to think about things like that. Like, if you put too much strain on it, you'll stall. Like, if I try to go up one gear and the RPMs go down too low, let's go up another gear. Oh, it's still pulling it. Still wants to do it. Nope, can't stall it out with that. All right. I started talking about gearbox and I lost track of what I was doing. Okay, let's go in here. Go back down to first gear. So the other thing about the CVT gear on this tractor is that, like, let's say you're plowing this field. Well, when you put the plow in, you're in first CVT, and then the moment you've got some forward momentum, you hit it again. And now you're up to 10 kilometers an hour. And if you've got the forward momentum moving, you can go up through all 3 CVT gears, and it's amazing what you can pull off. I had this tractor yesterday in single player, pulling plows from the big bud pack. And just by gearing it low enough, and it's just incredible what you can do with the gearbox mod. The horse pack, there's a cultivator on there that requires 500 horsepower. I can pull it with this tractor as long as I'm in medium gear, first gear, and lowest CVT, and I can still get 5 kilometers an hour out of that harvester. So you can
Guys, right now I'm seeding this field. I'm cultivating it under, and I'm seeding it out in grass. I've got this field and the field over there that need to be seeded down, and they'll all be done in.
I've been on for an hour.
Mark, I'm up here seeding field 72 right now.
Okay.
Out in grass, and then I've got 74 to do.
Okay.
Did you want your fields cultivated and seeded down, or are you gonna shoot them first?
Are you using the Kuhn cultivator, or?
Yeah, I am.
You know what? I think I'm gonna hold off. I think I want to shoot manure and slurry on them first. Do we have a slurry shooter?
Oh.
Yeah. So I think we need to get rid of some of the slurry from the cows. So I think I'm
gonna,
or the manure at the very least. I think I want to put the manure on these fields because that way I can cultivate them and I can put radish on them, and I'll be set for next year's potatoes.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll take the slurry for my grass fields here that I'm just planting, and I can spray them, and that'll give me an extra boost for next year.
Okay. Yep. Cool. BT modding Orchard Farm I think is dead. I just can't get a beat on what Dusty Dave is doing with that one. I got a copy of the latest version of it, but it seems to have gone AWOL in terms of the production. Dave's got a lot of stuff on his plate and a lot of maps on the go, so we'll see. Thank you, Brandon. It's been a pleasure, my friend. Is it completely dead? He's given up on it. There you go. So Orchard Farm is completely dead. It's a goner. Why did he abandon it, Dave? Was it just to was there issues with it, or was it political with the original map creator, or like what caused that one to just die in its infancy? Okay. Yeah, definitely got that feeling from him the last time I talked to him about it. He was kind of putzing around with it. I think Oxygen David and Bill were helping him a little bit out with trying to get some inspiration for it. But other than changing a few things at the horse farm, I didn't see a lot of progress on it, the last version that I saw. Well, at the very least, it was a good experience for him to get the conversion process, right? I mean, because before Orchard Farm, what else did he do in Farm Sim 17? Because I think Orchard Farm was right before he did his contest map, wasn't it?
We're this all seeded out here.
All right, dump off another load here. Pipe out, load. Yeah, that's the other thing too. When you hit the Pemberland, that's right. That's right, Pemberland. I forgot about. Yeah, like I said, BT, go check out Delta Bravo. We are on Delta Bravo's Discord. There's no point in having 20 different Discords. We're all part of the same community, so we just hang together and we just use one. That way we know where to find everybody. I don't know about you, Alan, but I'm up to, I think it's 20 different Discords now. And
I've got like 4, but I've only got 4 different people that I follow. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just starting out, you know, I've only been doing this stuff for a few months now, so.
Yeah, that's it. You started off doing the Farmer Klein Challenge, right?
Yeah, that's where I started.
That's where your first videos are from.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, Farmer Klein, I think is the map that it's reduced. Is it Ventana-Win? Because he's been working on Ventana-Win for quite a while now, and I know that he was testing it a little bit. And I know the guys over at Landy and Rainbow Dave and Simulate were looking at it for a bit. I know Rainbow Dave is a massive fan of Ventana-Win. He's been waiting on that thing for a long time. He wanted to do his multiplayer with Simulate and Fahi on that map, but it just wasn't happening quick enough. What do we got here? Well, yep, I'm just going to carry on right here. Add on again. See if I can do this without hitting anything. Whoa, too fast, too fast, too fast. Stop right there, stop right there. Okay, gear it down. Turn it off. See, that's when the PTO speed gets to run away on you. Starts pushing you around. Okay, let's get back in position. Farmer Klein, can you post a link to Delta's Discord for me, or to Delta's channel? I think if Farmer Klein posts a link to Delta's channel, click on any of his videos, you'll see his Discord at the bottom of it, and you'll get access to it from there. And start her up. And go back to bottom gear. CVT down. There we go. 8 kilometers an hour, 10 kilometers an hour. There you go. Thanks a lot, Farmer Klein. That's awesome, buddy. So if you guys want to go check out Delta Bravo, he's a good and dear friend of mine, and a very, very generous guy. And he's sort of formed in this amazing community around him of YouTubers and of farmers. And he's not really farming. He's not really streaming Farm Sim right now. I think he's taking a little break, but he plays all sorts of different games too. I think today he was doing City Skylines. He likes to play, I call it Space Invaders, but it's Space Engineers. I call it Space Invaders just to tick him off.
Oh, we all kind of troll one another on here anyways.
Yeah. It's generally a trolly kind of place.
Don't like trolling? Don't bother joining. It'll just make you miserable.
Yeah, it's not, no, it's like trolling to me is like it's got a real bad sort of connotation because of the nasty trolling that goes on the internet. But it's more like, we're a bunch of buddies and we know each other's weak spots and we will ride them into the ground.
And then, 10 or feet beyond that.
Oh yeah, yeah. If at all possible. There we go, we're off again. This is awesome. Oh, wow, okay. You guys are not staying up till 7 o'clock in the morning anymore? Jeez, too late. You're acting like a grown-up this week. First you go vegetarian, then you're going to bed at a reasonable time? Are you okay? Do we need to call an intervention in on you? All right, buddy, you have a good night. He's being all mature, I know, eh? What the heck is Dave going to do? His partner in crime is trying to grow up for a moment. Oh, really? You're still suffering a little bit. Okay. Is it just a cold, or was it the KFC poisoning?
So, as you all can hear, Mark is doing a live stream here.
Hour and a quarter.
And
I've got lots of potatoes to harvest still. So I will let you guys go. Thank you all so much for joining. And Landy Kid and Dave and Simulate, thank you guys for the support. As usual, you'll notice that in my description down below, a lot of the credit for what I do and how I do it goes to you guys. Hanging out with you guys on TeamSpeak all those months, I learned so much about Farm Sim, about YouTube, about all the stuff that I'm doing now. So, total shout out to you guys. You've been very generous with your knowledge and your experience, and it's been. Oops, and now I'm confused and not doing the things the right way. So, I will see you guys later. Good night, Moose. Good night, BT. And good night, Simulate. Good night, Rainbow Dave. Good night, Farmer Klein. Thank you for your help tonight. And good night, everybody. Tomorrow we are doing, what are we doing tomorrow? We're doing a corn harvest.
Yep.
And what else do we got to do? Oh, yeah. Tomorrow I need to reshoot all these fields with poop and cultivate them and put in some radish of some sort. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow night. Thank you guys. You have a great night. Thank you for joining, and we'll talk to you soon.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, Alan. Well, I'm not saying bye to you. You're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna end my stream or my recording and start uploading it once I'm done here tonight. So it'll be up by morning for sure.
So that's it. So check out down below for Mr. Bag of Hammers. He is all linked up, and we'll talk to you guys there. Bye.